Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a review as well as a demo on the new Colourpop complexion collection. So basically what they have done is, as part of their no filter range, where they started off with a concealer, they have since then released the no filter foundation, no filter sheer pressed powder, and the no filter setting powder. I was really looking forward to this when they announced it. I was like, I love Colourpop, plus they are a very inclusive range, and I was really happy to see that for the foundation they've released a whopping 42 shades, which is amazing, meaning that there should be something for everybody. This only costs $12 as well, which makes it so affordable. It's 25 ml, and because it is $12, you can almost allow them the fact that it's not your standard 30 ml size of foundation. Colourpop is a really affordable range. What I'm going to do is I'm going to review one thing at a time, and then I will do my demo. So we'll start off with the foundation, because I'm sure that's why many of you are here today. So I actually picked up 2 shades. It comes in this box. It's nothing too out there. And I bought 2 shades because, as you guys know, Colourpop is mostly bought online. I know places like Ulta now sell parts of their range, but not their entire ranges. So many of you will be like me and would have been ordering online. Now, one thing I do have to say is how they made it so helpful, and this is one of the few brands out there that have done this right. Huda Beauty, take note. They created a colour chart to help you order online by using all the other brands out there, their shades, and matching them to their own one. They have loads of different sections for skin tone. So there's fair, light, medium, medium dark, which is where I sit, dark, and deep dark. So it makes sense finally in a range I sit properly where I should. I'm always placed in between kind of medium, fair, medium, and in Colourpop I come out as medium dark, which makes sense. So what I obviously wasn't sure which one I was going to use. I'm just going off of their website because they have got the chart on there to make it easier for you. Warm foundation with golden olive undertones for medium dark skin, Fenty 300, me. Estee Lauder Double Wear Caju, me. Maybelline Fit Me Foundation 228, me. So I am every single one of that one, and that was medium 15. And then, as I wasn't too sure, then the next one, which was medium 120, it said neutral foundation for golden undertones, MAC Studio Fix NC40, me. Closest match Fenty 310 and Estee Lauder Double Wear 4W1. I think that's, I'm not sure if that is honey bronze, but I do buy that in the summer anyway. So I kind of thought that I'm either one or those two. I've got very warm undertones, I've got very yellow undertones. So that's the reason why I bought the shades 115 and 120. Now it turns out after wearing them, 115 is a perfect match for me. Bear in mind, it is the height of summer, it is super hot, I'm sweating right now, my hair's actually sticking to my neck. It's about 31 degrees in London, probably more in here where I'm sitting because there's no ventilation. I have got a bit of a tan, and I was happy that regardless of the fact that I ordered this before summer started, it's still matching me now. Meaning when I do get a little bit paler, it might be a tiny bit dark, but it'll probably still work quite well for me. 120, I'm glad that I got this as well, because like I said, it is big summer. Actually, after I do this video, I'm on my way out and I'm gonna be in London all day in the sun. I probably will get darker over the coming weeks, and then this one will work well for me. Now, what I'll do is I'll swatch them both on my face just so that you can see what they look like. And in terms of the packaging itself, I'm not a big fan of it. It's in a glass bottle, which was quite surprising. All of Colourpop stuff normally comes in plastic packaging, which I was kind of shocked because I thought glass costs more as well. So there was no need to have it because it's more likely to break. And I don't know about you guys, but I drop things. And I have been known to drop foundations. And ones which have come in glass bottles have obviously always broke. So I would personally like it if they changed this to a plastic package. Then in terms of the pump itself, it has a pump. You click it one way to open it and then the other way to close it. There's no lid. So I don't know about you guys, again, I prefer to have a lid on my foundation. Not so much because what if you accidentally forget to turn the nozzle one way, which I have done, and then it gets pressed in your bag or something, leakages everywhere. Not just that, As you can see here, there's bits of the foundation around the edges because obviously when you pump it out, it gets a little bit messy. You're going to have to make sure that you clean this off every single time before you pack it away into your bag or leave it on the side of something. Colourpop, I would rather that you change the glass to plastic and use the money from that you would save from that to create a little plastic lid. That's just my feedback in terms of this foundation packaging itself. So now I'm just going to read what their claims are for this foundation. It says, developed for the selfie age, our buildable, full coverage, natural matte foundation delivers flawless looking skin from day to night. The oil-free lightweight formula blends smoothly and is easily customizable to create the coverage you want. Build it up or sheer it out. It was developed with innovative soft blurring pigments to deliver true colour while looking and feeling natural. The lockable pump is easy to use and keeps your routine mess free. I dispute that. As always, 100% cruelty free and vegan. I agree with every single thing that they have to say. I love, love, love this foundation. It is now one of my holy grail foundations. It is absolutely excellent. Buildable, full coverage, definitely. Natural matte finish, definitely. Flawless looking skin, completely. Oil-free, lightweight, blends easily, completely. Soft blurring pigments, it definitely blurs out my skin in terms of the textures that I have, the pitted scars that I've got, any open pores that I got, it completely blurs over them and fills them out so that it doesn't sit within the texture of my skin, making my skin look aged, which I obviously don't really need. It didn't oxidize on me at all, and which was great. The only thing that I noticed is that after about 10 hours, when I looked close up to my skin, and this is after it's been set and everything, I could see that it had separated quite a lot. So I think that I've given it a really good test in the most extreme temperatures, and 10 hours and then separation is fine, which basically means in my mind that when we get back to normal temperatures in London, it will last even longer on my face. It will be least likely to separate as well because I won't be sweating as much, because trust me guys, I am sweating constantly. Overall, I give this foundation a 10 out of 10. I think it's absolutely excellent. You have to go in with quite a light hand as it is a full coverage foundation. It blends beautifully. There's no patchiness. I look natural. It feels soft and I absolutely love it. And for $12, excellent price for an excellent foundation. Now, I also got the No Filter Loose Setting Powder, which comes in a plastic case. You open it up and then there is a sifter on the inside. There are 3 shades altogether. There is translucent, there's banana, and then the other one is called translucent deep. Most people will more than likely reach for the banana shade. It's a classic shade which goes well with all skin tones. For those people that are really, really fair but have got more pink undertones, I would suggest a translucent. And for those of you that have got very, very deep skin, definitely go for the deepest shade, because something like this may look a little bit ashy on your skin tone. So this costs $9 altogether, which again is an excellent price. But I would say that it's quite a small setting powder. I would hope for something a little bit larger. Altogether there it is 8.5 grams. So I think that's down to personal preference whether you feel this is worth $9. So it says, lock in makeup with our translucent weightless loose setting powder, developed with the ultrafine smooth powders to provide a long wearing soft focus matte finish without feeling heavy or cakey. Always 100% cruelty free and vegan. Our formula was photo tested to never flash back, giving you selfie ready skin in any light. Now personally, I would not call it finely milled, as something to compare it to is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Setting Powder. Now that is very, very finely milled. This one I would say is a little bit thicker in texture, but I personally don't have a problem with it. But obviously I'm just disproving what they have said, because I have something that is very finely milled to compare it to. So this one, while it is very, very soft, it is not as finely milled as they are claiming, but it is still quite finely milled, if that makes sense. I have been using it to set my under eye concealer, and it has not creased on me all day. It's lasted a really long time, again up in this heat, which is just so unbelievably intense, and it has kept all the areas where I have my concealer and where I set it in place all day long. I have used it on my face as well, and it works perfectly well as a face powder. And then last but not least is the No Filter Sheer Pressed Powder. I bought 2 of them. I bought the shade Medium Dark and Medium. It comes in the same sort of packaging as their normal pressed powder blushes and highlighters. It looks like this. This one is medium dark, this one is medium. As you can see, medium is way too light for me. Medium dark works perfectly fine. It also costs $9. And I know it's called a sheer matte powder, but it is so sheer that I find that not much really comes off at all. I really have to dig my brush in it for any powder to come off. You know how when you tap your brush into something like this and you get a bit of powder kick off? There's none. It's packed in so hard that barely anything comes off onto my brush, and I have to really go like this for anything to come off, and then I get frustrated and then just ended up using the loose powder instead. So this I don't think is the greatest product. What they say on their website is weightless, natural matte sheer press powder, reduces shine and blurs imperfections in a convenient on-the-go compact. Ultrafine powder blends seamlessly onto bare skin over foundation or as touch-up without creasing or caking. 100% cruelty-free vegan formula, was photo tested to never flash back, giving you a natural matte, soft focus look anywhere you go. Now I do agree with all those claims, except for the fact that it's so difficult to get it out of this pan. In order to fully test it, I have to really dig into it. Look at how much I've had to press it, and then I will apply it to my face. And yes, it does do all the things that it says. Keeps me shine free. It doesn't crease, it doesn't cake on my face, and it makes me look very soft and natural and goes really nicely with the foundation itself. However, I would rather give this a 10 out of 10, and I would probably give this something like a 7. I think that they maybe need to address the formula slightly to make it a little bit looser in the pan so that more comes off onto the brush. Other than that, I think it's a great little product. Alright, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to do a demo of everything so that you guys can see it in action and then make a decision about whether or not you want to look into purchasing it yourself. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to prime my face using my Primark primer water. It's really, really hot. This is a silicone free, very refreshing primer, so I've been using this quite a lot recently. So first things first, I'm just going to show you what these two foundations look like on my medium skin tone. So as I said, the first one is called Medium Dark 115. This is the one that works perfectly on my skin. See here, you can see them both on my skin. As you can see, 120 is a lot warmer in tone and maybe a little bit more neutral, whereas this one has got a little bit more yellow in it and it is slightly lighter. So both of them will definitely work well for me depending on what my skin color is at the time, and depending on what time of year it is as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wipe this off and I'm going to apply 115 all over my face, and then I'm going to dot it all over my face and I'm going to blend it in using the Morphe M439 brush. It is a fairly liquidy foundation, so I would personally prefer to use a brush over a beauty blender, as I find with more liquidy foundations they tend to soak up into the dampness of the sponge. Okay, so that is one layer. As you can see, it is very full coverage. A little bit goes a really, really long way. It is still a little bit wet at the moment, mixed with the fact that I am continuously sweating. I'm so sorry, guys, but there's literally nothing I can do about it. I'm so hot. I keep doing this because my hair's sticking to my neck. So what I'm going to do is just a little bit extra left on my hands. Just dot it in those few problem areas of mine, which always need a little bit extra coverage. But a little bit goes such a long way, as you can see, and it just looks very even. It would be drying more matte if I wasn't so damn hot right now. And there we go. Look at it. Perfect coverage. Looks gorgeous. Definitely if I wanted to build up the coverage more, I can if I wanted to, but it's too hot. And obviously in the heat, sometimes the less product on your face, the better, because you're more likely to sweat more because your face is covered. So what we're going to do now is, next is I'm going to conceal under my eyes. Then I'm going to use this setting powder as well as the face powder in medium dark to set the rest of my face. and just so that you guys can see it in action. The concealer I'm going to be using used to be called Medium 30. I think it's called 28 or something now, but I will link it below so you guys know. And voila, here is my finished face with the foundation, the loose setting powder, as well as the sheer pressed powder as well. Everything feels soft, it feels smooth. I feel slightly tacky, but I think that's because of sweat rather than the actual product. I actually ran inside, stood in front of the fan for 2 minutes, then came back in here, but it just didn't do much. So now my face looks flawless, it looks gorgeous, it looks lovely. I will also use the sheer powder to cut my contour as well. So the shade I'm going to use for bronzing is called CA Dreaming. It's one of their powder bronzers. So I'm just going to use that to contour my face. And voila! Now you can see how beautiful my contour looks. Let me just get rid of that harsh line there. But again, because I'm using a banana powder, it doesn't give you that ghastly whiteness that you get from more translucent powders. And now my nose contour looks perfect as well. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to finish off the rest of my makeup, and then I will be back to finish off this review. Okay, so the rest of my makeup is now done. Just for reference, on my lips I'm wearing Colourpop's Secret Stash Matte X with Love Bug lip pencil, and this is it. So as you can see, the foundation, the colour itself looks lovely. I look nice and matte for now. I am sweating while I'm in here. I can't wait to leave this room. No offense to you guys, but I really genuinely love this foundation. I think it looks great. I think it looks flawless. There is a shade for everybody out there. There's 42 shades, which is amazing, and I'm genuinely happy with Colourpop's new complexion range. Not so much a fan, like I said, of the sheer pressed powder, but really loving the no filter setting powder anyway. So if you had to choose between both, I would definitely suggest getting this one, because you can use this to set your face as well as the under eye areas and whatnot as well. So other than that, I hope you guys are wonderful and great. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.